Okay, ready?
We are ready, baby
All right.
doll.
Ages past, innumerable chaos cults flourished on the edge of civilization. For each holy spire rising to extol the virtues of goodness and law, there was an infernal reflection offering mankind material power and wealth in exchange for cruel acts and bloody sacrifice. Humanity was a young and foolish race, and many a prince and peon sold his soul in exchange for power over his foemen. But as civilization endured, uniting tribes into clans and clans into kingdoms, slowly the light of love beat back the chaos.
Love.
Yes. Not to be outdone, the powers of chaos and evil sought out champions of profound wickedness and cruelty, mortals possessed of the strength of will to lead the hordes of chaos against the armies of the enemy. These champions were the Chaos Lords. The brothers Molin and Phelan were two such champions, vicious and cunning beyond measure and without a scrap of mercy in their war-hardened hearts. They led hordes of bestial humanoids to victory against the armies of good. With the spoils of their bloody campaigns, they raised a mighty keep and rained terror and violence down upon all in their demesne. I don't know what that word is. I meant to look it up. In the end, the brothers' success was their undoing. Disparate forces of men, dwarves, and elves rallied together in a crusade against the wicked Chaos Lords. For 39 days, the allies laid siege to the foul keep, and on the 40th day, the captain of the elves dealt Phelan a mortal blow. Realizing that his own end was drawing near, Molin retreated into the ancient caves beneath the keep. First, the Chaos Lord entombed his brother in a hidden crypt, defended by no less than 4 curses. Then, as the armies of good laid waste to the keep, Molin gave up his mortal shell, commending his damned soul into the writhing limbs of the gods of chaos. Molin made only one request. When ages had passed and the armies of good fell into disarray once more, he asked to return and lay waste to his ancient foes. That time has come. Everybody roll a 1d10. Sorry, I forgot about this one.
3.
You just roll once.
Yeah. That's a 10.
Okay. 7.
Okay, so, you adventurers have heard tales in the town about this keep on the hill.
And what is a keep?
A keep
For
is
lesson's sake.
a fortified tower, so it's a built-up tower. They were built within castles. So, like, you have the whole castle, and then there was this one that's built up stronger than the rest of the castle. And so that's where they would run to when the walls of the castle came crumbling down. So this is what's remaining. Okay?
Like in the Dungeons Keep.
Yep.
Yeah. So the rumors that all of you have heard is that while the keep fell to the armies of good, they did not eradicate its full legacy. Evil still festers within the ruined walls, awaiting the day when it can emerge once more. One of the other rumors that you've heard about this castle keep is that the well has swallowed many a poor soul. And it's up to you guys to decide, or to find out which of these is true or not true. You stand before the ruined keep, which squats atop a low, craggy hill. So there's like lots of rocks and stuff. Big rocks that are kind of jagged. Its walls of toppled stone and massive granite blocks hinting at forgotten battles and the clash of mighty armies. Now the ruins seem host only to creeping vines and the foul miasma that drifts down from the keep. The air is overrun with pestilence. Fat flies bite at you incessantly, and clouds of small black insects choke your every breath. The long abandoned land is choked with thorny vines that drape the sickly trees and hang from the ruined walls. There is an odor of rot and decay, as if the hill itself were decomposing from within. A sight gives you pause. A ragged banner depicting a crimson skull on a black field stands high atop the ruined walls. Whatever lurks within has terrorized you and your village for far too long. You turn to your companions and ready your meager weapons. The time for retribution has come. Okay, so the keep's walls rise 30 feet from their rammed earth embankments. So they've got a bunch of, they've fallen, and so there's, dirt packed up against the side of the walls. And some of the rocks and the part of the wall has, fallen in there, inside these embankments. The walls and all the fallen stones are covered in a patchwork of moss, sickly vines, and lichen. Rather than simple carved blocks, the keep seems to have been built of enormous standing stones and mighty dolmens. The blocks are fitted together crudely, leaving cracks between the stones for rotting vegetation and pools of water that act as hosts to the gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And yes, you can, you see a path ahead of you, and you also see a path that goes to the east or to the west.
What do you think?
Maybe go
To the entrance?
Yeah.
What is this thing that I'm kind of standing on
I'm getting
here?
there.
Oh, okay.
So you're entering on an old dirt road. It's now overrun with weeds and sickly vines. It rises towards the ruined citadel. A grisly sight bars your way, a pair of bodies secured to poles by long, ropey vines. The wicked vines have wormed their way inside the bodies, eyes, ears, and mouths.
Oh.
To your horror, you realize the bodies are still moving.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Okay, and so we're heading into this entrance, but then tied to these poles are these two dead or semi-dead people with vines crawling through them.
Yeah, it animates the corpse. It makes it look like they're
Covered.
they're moving.
Are they, from what we can tell, are they securely attached to these poles?
Yeah.
Like,
So we don't have any reason to believe they're going to come down off of these poles.
Not so far as you know.
Okay.
it looks like they're dead.
Now, are they blocking the path? Can we walk around them?
They have to kill them.
I don't know. If they're still alive, I wonder if we ought to put them out of their out of their misery. You know?
That's like, go.
What was the question?
Are they blocking our path, or does it look like we can go
No,
around them?
they're kind of on the sides.
Okay.
Side by side.
Okay. Are they making any sounds at all?
No.
And you said they're moving. How are they moving? Are they just
they
kind
just-
of? Do they look like they're trying to get free and come get us? Are they just kind of twitching?
They're just kind of twitching. Yeah, they're just kind of. But the vines are moving, so, you know, it kind of looks like they're.
So I'm worried that we could be next. That the vines could get us. Maybe these were just two explorers, like the 6 of us are. So I'm wondering if maybe we ought to use our various weapons and try to hack up the vines. Okay, but the vines, I assume, have worked their way up these poles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They've worked up the poles, and, you know, they're kind of, the vines are going around their arms, so the vines are kind of making them move.
Okay, so maybe I'm barking up the wrong pole here, but I'm curious about hacking away at these vines.
Okay, well, as you approach, I mean, as you get closer to these vine creature
What?
things that are being moved by these vines, the vines start to unwind from the posts,
See, I knew it.
freeing the horrors to shamble towards you, all of
Oh.
you. So I guess maybe you weren't that close.
Okay, so these two guys like fall off the poles.
Yeah, they fall down off the poles and
so
they
they just
start.
break the
And they start kind of moving toward us like Silent Hill monsters.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Is it?
It is. It is.
Okay.
So, give me an initiative roll.
For all our characters.
Yeah,